Okay, so today I'm going to be showcasing something that's pretty interesting because a while back in Forsaken, I believe when it launched or one of the patches shortly after it launched, I don't remember, Bungie stated that lightweight no longer adds mobility, it only adds a 5% movement speed buff. And that applies to strafe speed, sprint speed, etc. Well, I can prove that lightweight still does in fact add 20 mobility on top of the sprint speed buff and strafe speed buff and all of that. So basically, if you look at my stats here, I have 77 mobility. I'm running traction, so traction gives an invisible 10. So I actually have 87 mobility. And in theory, that means I have 8 mobility, and with Not Forgotten, I should have 8 mobility. And since lightweight still gives 2 mobility, 20 mobility, this should give me 10. And you jump higher with higher mobility. So essentially, if I jump with Not Forgotten, you can see my crosshair gets just to that dot. Switch to spare rations, I should now have 10 mobility. And I do in fact jump higher. I jump above that dot. And I can prove that it gives 2 mobility as well. So yeah, again, Not Forgotten. Just below the dot. Spare rations. Above the dot by a pretty fair margin. Now, if I put on another powerful friends, I'm now buffed to 95 mobility. And with traction, that's 105, so I'm at 10 mobility. So in theory, I should jump the same height with both of these guns. So again, I'm jumping above, basically to that little crack above the dot. Switch back to Not Forgotten. Same height to that crack above the dot. So at least we know 100 mobility is still the cap. You can't go above that. But this proves that lightweight still adds 20 mobility, which is pretty crazy because in addition to all of the other benefits lightweight gives, it also still gives 20 mobility. Your strafe speed, so right now I should have 10 mobility no matter what, and it definitely adds a slight increase. Yep. Difficult to tell, but it's, yeah. Lightweight is just objectively the best weapon class in the game because, and then, like, for that reason, lightweight hand cannons will always be meta until 140s can two-head one body or something to give them some sort of an edge, because right now there's just 140s are just objectively worse in every way than a 150 because 150 gives extra mobility in addition to all the other things it gives. So anyway, just wanted to share. Be sure to tell all your friends, like and subscribe, and have a good one.